for the beaches.
We think of sand as having an infinite number of grains, but it does have its limits. And in Galveston, Ike tested them. The beaches on which tourism is based vanished along the seawall, the sand taken out to the Gulf by the storm surge. It's approaching the start of tourist season, spring break, and now Galveston's in the midst of a massive recovery project as important as any debris removal. Taking back the sand that the storm stole, rebuilding the beaches and Galveston's economy. It begins along the East Jetty. Beneath the water, sand is being swept from the floor of the channel in a mining operation that began in shallow water.
Water depth in the area that we're digging was about 10 to 11 feet deep, and we're going to be dredging it down to 30 feet deep.
From here, through a temporary pipeline nearly a mile long, it carries a mountain of sand destined for the beachfront along the seawall. Eventually, 400,000 cubic yards will be mined just offshore, moving onshore.
It is a huge project. Over 2 miles of beaches we're going to restore in front of the Galveston seawall. This operation to dredge all this material out of here, you see the size of this craft is a multi-million-dollar operation in order to do this.
It's also an emergency recovery operation by the state of Texas, and as much as for the environment, it's for Galveston's economy. Here are the numbers. According to a local study in 2007, tourism provided nearly $15 million in hotel tax and a third of all sales tax revenue. After Ike, that income dropped by more than 50%, and the biggest key to that recovery is giving tourists something to return to, the beaches. Along the shoreline, the sand that did weather the storm is being cleaned from the last remnants of debris, a giant sifting operation that is also being conducted by the State Land Office.
There's a lot of debris in this sand, and what you're seeing back here is a screen. Sand is being taken off the beach from anywhere from 8 to 12 inches in depth. It's being hauled by these large trucks to this screen. Those track hoses are picking it up, running it through this screen. The clean sand is coming out one end, debris is coming out two other sides.
When tourists do return, they'll have a beachfront of clean Gulf Coast sand to enjoy. The deadline for the project is the end of March, when turtle nesting season begins. Life and a lot of work goes on here. Sand being given back to preserve this barrier island called Galveston.
They move and they shift, and it's when you draw that line in the sand that you need to preserve that, the island because people are living here, and it's a vital resource.